That's what we've been talking about. I've been talking about having the players for years. And so this was not like unexpected that it happened. It may have, well, so I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay. I'm glad it happened. Just for you. Because they were voted
I gotta get the tickets.
system. He runs, trust me, he's tournament director should never play in a tournament. Okay? I've been told, if Jimmy Chilek ever shows up at a USBA event in Minneapolis, tries to run with him, they'll kill him.
We get plenty of room, so I have to
Heard
see.
this a couple of times. And again, I like Jimmy. He's done a great job. If he wants to play in the tournament,
I agree. I don't always agree with everything he does. But you know what? When he takes over the job and nobody else wants to do it, he can do what he wants.
right. Right. And my job is to find him at least 5 assistants. One of them being a tournament director, so he can just show up and play. If you're directing the tournament, you cannot play. If you are playing in a tournament, you cannot direct. Too much. Even with a computer, it's just too much.
Well, we had talked about it. Yeah, we did, but for Rick, he's sexy. Good luck.
Oh, a nice round the world shot. Beautifully placed. Is it a little too long? I think so. Now Mazin's checking the positions. He's coming back. Is it going to make it? And it does. A lot of people would think he missed that shot, but he likes to. He sees the angles and the return off that last rail, and he plays it that way. Now this is an interesting shot. Is he going to go off the red back and forth and into the white, or is he going to go off the white? I think he's looking at that red, and he's just going to put maybe a little bit of reverse on it. Yep, here it is, beautifully played. There's another nicely played. Just drops, comes back behind the ball. He does know how these tables play. He's very good at systems. And he's another one that loves to put a lot of English on the ball and let the English do the work for him. I think that's a run of 6. There's that spin again, is it? Oh, now that time it didn't work for him.
I'm going to get some coffee and then I will.
So now the score is Goren 2, Mazin 7. Oh, just barely missed it. Just a little short. That looks a little long. Looks like he's going to go off the rail first. Nicely played. And Goren is another one that loves to use a lot of English when it's necessary. He can also do the finesse shots, but I've noticed he loves those shots with a lot of English, and he controls the English shots well. Oops. Spoke too soon. It's going to go rail first and then pull it down and come behind the red, I think. Didn't get enough length on it. I think he might play a drop off the yellow, or maybe a long. Yeah, maybe a. There's the problem with that. I didn't know if he was going to try to play it safe or go off the right side of that yellow, but apparently he felt confident with the right side, but doesn't always work.
Well, I've been told, by the way, this is Steve Anderson, and I've been told that my new nickname is Mumbles, because I just kind of mumble when I speak, so I must have been born that way. But anyhow, this is Mumbles, back on the mic, and how's things going here, Gary?
It's going pretty good. They're both playing very well. Oh, beautiful.
Ooh,
nice.
what a nice
reverse
shot.
shot. Mazin is ahead. Let me see, with that shot, it's 8-3 at this time. But it's early on in the game, so anything can happen. There's 5 points is not much between players of this caliber. Mazin and Goren played earlier. Not earlier, last night. And
this is a rematch.
This is a grudge match, yes. They played, and Mazin had some very good runs. I think he had a run of 10, I think it was.
Yes. I believe that you're right. Absolutely.
Very nice. Mazin's a very accurate player. And I think he owns he runs or he owns a pool hall.
Yes, he owns a pool hall.
Yes.
I'm going to say it's like Rhode Island, and I'm going to be wrong. So any listeners out there who want to tell me where his pool hall actually is located, we would appreciate it. So we have a score of Mazin 10 and Mehmet 3.
Now, what is he going to do with this? Is he going to go back and forth, or is he going to try to drop it?
It looks like with the English he's putting on it, he's going to try to spin it.
Oh, he's going long.
Yeah. Has he got the stuff?
Oh, that's a little too short.
Yeah.
Yes, these tables definitely are playing nice.
They're a little slick. The players say they're playing a little long.
But new cloth.
New cloth.
And
cloth very tight, and the heaters are working overtime. And if anything, the players, sometimes they need to wax the balls to have the ball go longer. On these tables, that is not what they want. They do not want any wax on the balls because the tables are plain long.
This looks like a nice, natural 3-cushion. Just watch out for that ball
Wait
right
a minute,
there.
watch this, though. Oh.
So many times I see that shot and I shoot it thinking, I have a natural. I have no problem.
No problem.
And then out of nowhere, that ball comes back and gets me.
And all of a sudden, there's a problem.
And there it is. Just follow the leader right down. Is he going to have room? No. It's sometimes hard to keep away that object ball or the ball that you hit, to keep it out of the fray when you want to go around the table. Sometimes it just gets involved in the mix and creates havoc. As you notice with that one, he hit that red ball out of the way so it wouldn't interfere. Very well played. Now he has to try to get that yellow ball out of the way. And there it is. He knocks that yellow ball out of the way. Trying to keep that ball out of the way is a big factor in playing 3-cushion. You don't want that ball to be in the trajectory of your ball as it's going around the table. I think he might go off the yellow ball on this one and go around the table again, but I might be wrong. But it looks like the best shot for him. Oh. Apparently he had a different view on that shot, and he was close. Oh, very nicely played. Just a little long. Or wide. Must be worried about something on the table. I don't know what he's looking for. Maybe he thought he heard a bump or a roll or a bobble. Could have been maybe something got put out. You know, sometimes you get a little bit of lint on the ball and it causes the ball to bounce a little bit and it gets dropped off somewhere else. So even though you think it's in one part of the table, you find a piece of lint in another. Or maybe it could have even been chalk.
What happened?
Oh, I think he thought the ball made a strange bounce. It sounded like there was a little bit of a bobble, and maybe it could have been chalk or lint on the ball. You know, when they clean the table sometimes, or it could have been from somebody's clothes.
Well, you know, when, of course, both you and I were directly involved in
Oh, is that going to come back? That was so close.
installing the tables. Those slates were certainly level, and everything was bondoed correctly. So I don't think it's a slate issue. It's probably, like you say.
No, they were looking. They were looking at the cloth as if there was something on. They were wiping it. He thought there was something on the cloth that had caused it to roll funny, but it could have been something on the ball. And what I was saying earlier was that as it came down, sometimes the ball will lose it somewhere else. So
Sure, you're right.
And so it could still be on the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then again, I think sometimes there's a little bit of electricity, like static, on the ball, and it causes it to stick.
Yes. Yeah. Isn't that the truth?
And then you have a hard time getting it off the ball unless you actually, you know.
Well, you know, there is no perfect world.
No.
And as well as these guys play, there are certain extenuating issues that can affect the roll of a ball that it's part of the game.
Yes. Just like in golf, you play according to the conditions, the course. Not that I've ever played golf.
Not that I play well. Bowling, you get on a bowling alley. One alley might be a little more oiled or dry or whatever, and you have to make that kind of compensation. And this is really no different.
And just like with the cloth, you play in if the cloth is a little bit older, or you know, it'll be not as fast. It'll be shorter. With this cloth being new and as tight as it is, it's playing longer. And then also there's conflicts with the balls, how they're supposed to be cleaned.
Absolutely.
You know, how do you clean them? Do you clean them with ball cleaner, or you just wipe them down? So you know, you have different players that say, well, you can use ball cleaner, you know, if it has glycerin. Because it doesn't affect the way the ball plays. Other players will say just wipe the balls and let it go with that.
Well, I've been told by the pros, most of the pros that I've talked to, that the way these tables are playing, as long as they're playing, please do not put wax on them. Just wipe them with a damp cloth. Clean them. That's all they want. And someone was actually waxing them, and the ball was playing a half a diamond too long. So just so long when we clean the balls each, as people know out there, all the balls need to be cleaned every match.
Did you see Goren? He was still looking for that piece of dust. Apparently he still thinks there's a bobble somewhere.
Huh? Well,
There might be a piece of dust on the cloth.
Yeah.
Or it's, sometimes it could be on that ball and they just haven't seen it. They're still thinking it's on the table.
and even though this is Simonis cloth and it's the best cloth made, that isn't to say that there may not be a small imperfection in the weaving of the cloth. I mean, there's a lot of.
But I haven't seen any, and I, most of the time when you're putting on a cloth,
you can usually
it's something on that you've left on the slate or something like a hair that gets caught underneath the cloth, and then that causes havoc.
Yes.
I have yet really to see any imperfections with Simonis or any of the cloths.
No, you're right. They make a quality product, and matter of fact, a shout goes out to Simonis for providing us with the beautiful cloth.
It is.
And I know this is your favorite. I like the green myself, but
I do.
You won the vote, and you got your blue, so
Excuse
all
me.
the tables are in the blue.
Excuse me. I like the green. I prefer the green cloth. I guess it's more traditional, and I'm used to it. Although the blue is it does give you a little bit more contrast, I think.
That's what they say. Ooh, that's a nice shot, especially how that'll slide. Oh my!
See,
God.
you could tell he thought it was destined. If he would have played that if it was a little slower, it might have.
It would have slid.
It might have.
Yeah, you're right.
Some people say if it's a little faster, it'll go shorter, But if the ball hits that last row and it's rolling slower, it takes a better angle into the ball.
Indeed. Well, I don't see Goren miss many of these shots. Let's see how he does. Ooh, that was short. Ooh, need more dip than that. What's the score here, Gary?
It looks like it's
12 to 8?
Yep. I just took a glance just to make sure my figures are right. It's 12 to 8, Mazin's favor at the moment. Like I say, it's only 12-8, and that's a difference of only 4 points. So anything can happen.
Well, I was thinking of perhaps making a little side wager. Not that I would normally gamble, but at some point we do have to have lunch, and I was just wondering if you have any interest in betting lunch on the outcome of this.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. That was an excellent shot. And back on that lunch, did you pay off that last wager that you owe me, that last lunch?
Well, I do remember going to lunch with you at the Chinese restaurant.
Yes.
The other day, and it seems as though
I think that was Dutch, wasn't it? I think that's the right term.
Well, ooh,
Look at
at this shot. Huh?
That is
oh my gosh, that was wonderful.
Mazin's showing his artistic talents there.
Notice how I changed the subject.
Yes, I did.
Does he play that short or does he play it long?
Oh,
he plays it long.
Oh, nice. He got out of that kiss, and it's...
Boy, he plays the game well.
He's played a long time, and he's, some people, they approach a game, with all the techniques, the methods, the systems, and how to get the balls where you want them to be for the next shot.
Indeed.
And to get out of kisses. And I think he's really worked on that.
Ooh, what a
And
nice,
he has a beautiful touch
nice
with his shots.
shot.
Beautiful reverse. Off the long rail. Shows a lot of control, a lot of confidence in his shooting. Is that going to... No? A little too short? No.
Ooh, just grazed it. It looked. I thought that was going to go short for a minute, and he's got a natural short shot here, because red is where it is.
Could he go off the white and then go around the table and hit the... No, you're right. He is going for that short.
And there's no kiss because he's going to hit thin, so red's going to be out of his way. So he doesn't have to worry about red. So
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, it was so close.
Yeah, I know. He didn't hit as quite as thin as that
And
he
he
would have
missed.
wanted. If he would have hit a little thinner, he would have went directly into white and not so close to getting that kiss.
If I shot that, I'm sure I would have hit that red ball 9
yeah.
out of 10 times.
Of course. Me too.
Oops. Sometimes it is hard to control where that first ball is going.
And Matt is not playing his usual game here.
Is he a little tentative about...
I'm not sure. His stroke seems to be unaltered, but he's just not hitting the ball right, or in the right spot. Maybe is a better way to put it.
Well, when you're playing against somebody like Mazin, it does tend to make you a little bit more cautious or a little bit more nervous, maybe a little tighter on your shots.
A little apprehensive.
That's a good word.
Yeah. Oh, how do you get that short with running English?
I don't know, do you have it drop into the corner slower so that the spin doesn't take it out? With less spin?
Yeah.
That was not an easy shot. Makeable, but not easy.
Well, he's definitely going to play this long.
Let's see
with
him
a lot
use
of
that
English.
spin. See, that's where he's comfortable with. It was with a lot of spin.
Absolutely. That was a very nice shot.
He kind of reminds me of a player like from Warren, Michigan, Jamal Israel. He is most comfortable when he uses a lot of spin
and loads up.
and loads it up.
You're absolutely right.
There's a nice drop shot. Oh, is it just
Oh
wide?
my gosh, for sure I thought that would have straightened out.
maybe a little, if the balls were a little more waxed up, it would have dropped.
It would have. Yes. Yes. I should tell Mehmet that maybe we should wax them up a little bit.
He did not want. Actually, he's the one of the ones that did not want them waxed because they react
Too long.
too long.
Yeah. Well, what do we have here? We have 17. Is that what?
Yeah, 17-9.
17-9. Well, 30 points. There's still a lot of game left here.
And that's not an easy leave. Oh, look at that. That was so close. How do you figure that shot out like that?
I'm not so sure.
But I think Mehmet Goren tried to, that last shot, it was a nice drop, but it was also, I think, a safe shot. He was looking at that too.
Mm-hmm.
And now where is he putting the yellow ball? At
Nice
the other end?
shot.
So he's got, well, it's not easy shapes for him.
No.
But he made the
could've-
shot and left Mazin at the other end.
Yeah.
So he's playing a good defensive game if he misses.
So what do you think? So now Fred
He's going around.
He's going to go around?
I think he might go around the table.
Yeah, I think so too.
He likes to spin and he likes those multi-bank shots.
You can see exactly where he's
He's a traveling man.
yes.
He likes to go around the table a lot.
Yes, he does. See if Red gives him any trouble. He's trying to avoid that, obviously.
Yes. And there's a beautiful shot. Is it too short? Yes.
It is too short.
Wow.
Boy, some of that wax would have helped. Well, I got to stop that.
And I understand that. I mean, when you get all these different opinions on how the ball should be, cleaned and
Sure.
So yeah, a lot of different theories and ideas from different people. And the players, some like it, it's just like some like them, the table to run longer, some want it to be shorter because they're used to it that way.
Indeed. I think he'll make this shot. Oh, you do have to hit the ball, though. You do have to hit the ball. Well, sometimes the difference between feathering a ball and missing the ball is...
Now you tell me what he has to do on this shot. Is he going to try to put it into the corner and then have it go off the yellow, drive it down into the right long rail?
No, I think he's going to play off the right side of Red
Oh,
with
right.
force.
You can see it?
Force follow and just bring it down long
He can see it.
Bring it over.
He can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looked like
shot.
the yellow was in the way at first.
Yeah, well, it's hard on this monitor to see the angle sometimes, and
Look
that's
at
the
that. Isn't
shot.
that a beautiful shot?
That is an absolute beautiful shot.
A little.
He deserved.
I guess you can call that a little long, but beautifully played.
Yeah. Absolutely. We shoot those shots, but we shoot them accidentally.
Yes.
Well, I shouldn't speak
I
for
don't
you.
usually. No, I don't shoot those shots with intent. I wish I did, but I don't.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should. That's the shot.
Oh, look at that! Isn't that beautiful?
That is absolutely beautiful.
And it was
missed.
But well played.
He said he touched it, so.
Oh, he did?
Mazin,
It's hard to see on the screen.
Mazin had a better angle than Mehmet.
Mehmet did not argue that, so he must have thought that, it did touch. It's hard to see, though. But, sometimes you just graze that ball a little bit.
Yes.
And
Well, even if Mehmet argued it is moot because the call is always the player's call.
Yes.
If the player says that he hit it, then he indeed hit it. So that's the gentleman's game of Three-cushion billiards.
You know, and sometimes when I play, and the opponent is there, I'm not certain, and I would ask the opponent, did
Yeah.
I hit it?
Did I hit it?
Just to make sure if I didn't, because I'm not certain.
Absolutely.
And if he says I didn't see anything, then I would say, okay, fine, I didn't hit it then.
Sure.
That might be a little too long.
Yeah, it appears to be.
Because, you know, the thing is, like, when I used to ref soccer, the ref always had to be as close to the play as possible, you know, but yet be able to traverse up and down the field.
Sure.
To see that, you know, to be able to move with the play.
Absolutely.
And you can't be right at it, but you have to make the call as best as you can.
As best you can. Looks like we have a small intermission here. I don't know if it's a potty break or an equipment change, but we will be back in just a few minutes with the action. And how are you on coffee, Gary?
Oh, I'm doing good. I think this is my fourth cup, so
Yeah,
I think I might have to make a potty break.
Okay, well, this is a good time to make it if you want.
But yes, that caffeine's working good for me. And the score, I think, is Goren 11, Mazin 19. So you know that's only
within
8 points. That can be, you know, the game can change. Goren is a good player. He can string them together too. Sometimes it doesn't work in your favor, but when it does, you can go wild. You know, you've seen that with Mazin last night.
Yes.
You know, he was just making balls all over the place. He was stringing them. He had that run of a 10, and he had some other good runs on that game.
Absolutely.
So anything can happen.
Yes.
Just looking to see if there was anybody in here.
Oh, do we not have voice?
No, I can't hear you. I don't have any way to monitor it.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to cover it.
Okay.
Showback was just asking if you could read the chat, and I said no. Because I knew you weren't watching mine. I looked over and I seen you.
I'd love to read the chat.
You touch that mic, it just goes. Don't touch the mic.
Okay. I'd love to read the chat.
That's you.
But I thought,
Where's this way? So you can, if you want.
No, just
Steve. Oh. I thought the way it was going to work.
God,
Steve.
people will hate you.
I
And
thought.
it'll make the DVDs just all crackling and sound like paper. I mean,
Okay.
it sounds like that.
I thought that.
Buy me better mics.
Now, back to my question. I thought that Curly was doing the chatting, and that if there were any questions that the announcers needed to answer, that somehow that would get relayed to us. Did I miss something in the translation?
I don't know. I didn't think Curly was doing anything.
Oh. Okay, well, maybe that's where the breakdown is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I thought he was going to be putting stuff in the chat, too. Nothing. I'm doing it all.
Well, what is...
I don't know what he's doing.
Is he taking pictures?
I don't know. I'm sitting over there in the corner.
Yeah, and I'm in the booth.
I hate this setup. I wanted to be out there. I wanted the commentators to be right next to me so I could communicate with the commentators.
Yes.
This sucks.
Yes.
It really does.
Well, that is good to know, because not to redeem my own, but you know what I wanted to do. I had it set up in the corner,
Yeah.
and I was kind of overruled.
That would have been much, much better.
Well, you live, you learn.
You know, lost a couple of seats. Well, guess what? It wouldn't have mattered.
I agree.
Should have been me by the camera.
Yes.
The commentators.
Yes.
And Curl.
Yes.
All three of us right there, being able to communicate with each other.
Well, if we're going to do this again, that is going to be one of the things that we require. Because you can't be split up. The three have to communicate. So, but you live, you learn. It's been fun anyhow. I gotta use the John.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Make some sandwich, all those heads. I got it all mixed up in my sandwich. So, simple. Just leaving like 7 in the morning. Eight to work this morning. Got some refuge this morning. Unusually.
Plugs in my laptop, so I didn't have an external speaker. I had trouble hearing it. And then I'm trying to predict the shots are going to make. I surprised myself. I'm getting about 60% of them right, which to me is gambling. Considering my experience, I can see the shots. Next year I'll find.
Well, is he going to reverse it? It looks like he's going to reverse it into the corner. Oh, very nicely played. The angle was perfect. Nicely played.
See you, Gary.
Take it off?
Thank you.
Yeah, have a nice day. Another reverse. Oh, and you got that red ball out just in time. Oh, a little bit too long, though. That spin can help, and it can hurt. At time it hurt, but he played it well. He got out of that kiss. It's just that he got it a little bit too long. Not an easy position. He might be pulling it. off maybe the red into the far right corner. No, he's going to go off the white. Go around the table. Nope, still undecided. Oh, he's going back and forth. That'll be a nice shot, I think. Oh, he's pulled it. Did he get it long enough? It's amazing all the different options that these players have. And when you think they're going to do one shot, they come up with another.
Excuse me.
Amazing, it's hard to stop when he's playing well like this. And he is playing well.
Although 19 to 12.
Steve, we have a question from online asking about the raffle and when it will be.
Okay.
Can you address that?
Yes, I can. There are two raffles that will take place. The first raffle is a Schuler cue donated by a wonderful person, Noel Mendoza from Chicago. And he makes the Schuler cue. It's a beautiful cue. I wish we could put a picture up on the site. It retails for $850. The raffle tickets are 3 tickets for $20. Due to internet state-by-state legal issues, we have been instructed for the raffle to be done internally. So our intention initially was to open it up to all of the viewers to participate in that. But unfortunately, for legal reasons, we were asked not to do that. So I apologize to any of the viewers out there that were unable to participate in the raffle. As for the second raffle, Terry Leani was gracious enough to donate a beautiful cue that retails for about $1,000. It does come with an extra shaft. By the way, these are both carom cues. Both of the cues that we are raffling, the Schuler and the Leani, are both carom cues. And it, too, is the raffle tickets are 3 tickets for $20. Again, we are not selling these over the Internet like we intended to. It wasn't our idea. It was advice given to us by the legal department. So I hope that answers questions about the raffle. And the raffle has been very successful. And we will be announcing the winner of the Schuler raffle roughly around 2 o'clock. Give or take, depending on the matches and the circumstances. And then the Leani drawing will take place shortly after, perhaps within an hour of the Schuler cue raffle. So I hope that answers your questions. If you have any other questions regarding the raffle, please post, and if someone asks me, I will certainly give you that information. So I'm glad you asked the question. Someone gave you money for the high run or something. Yes, I have it in my pocket. You want it? No, I just want to put it up there. Yes. Oh, okay. Noel Mendoza from Schuler Cues. For the high run, $100. Yeah.
Pull the whole thing out. Pull the whole thing out. Take the whole thing out. Like that.
Oh, what a nice shot. Dropped it right in. Very nice. Very good shot by Mehmet. One of Mehmet's purposes, other than naturally playing in the Ohlhausen Open and wanting to win, he is very interested in making cues, learning how to make cues. So one of the best cue makers in the country, Dennis Diekman, is showing him the finer things or the finer art of putting a wonderful carom cue together. So Mehmet seems to be getting into stroke. His score
17.
is currently 21-17, and when you're playing to 30 points, this could be anyone's game at this point.
So is he going to go long off the?
You know, knowing
That is a
Mehmet
tough
and
shot,
how
but
he plays,
he's good. He
he's
might
going
pull
to
it
try
back.
to sneak it in the corner. He's going to put a lot of English on it, and he's going to sneak it in. Nope.
Oh, that is. I don't think.
Not going to swing that much, is it?
No.
This rubber will take a lot of English, but it's not going to swing that much.
When he was on the screen, it looked like he was trying to pull it back into the corner.
Yeah.
Which
yes.
isn't beyond him. I think that was.
How many score do you show on the score? Because there's a
I think
question.
there's. At first I had 14, and then I seen there was 15 on there. So it could be 16 or 17.
Okay. Well, we're not the official scorekeepers, so
And they're working on.
Yeah.
There were 2, I think.
Yeah. So it's not our responsibility
There were 2.
to
But
qualify.
I'll let them decide.
Yes, absolutely. Whatever correction they're making.
They only added 1. I thought there were 2. There were 2 scores.
Okay. Well,
I thought, but
what are we back to now then?
we're
Gary?
back down to 16 now.
Okay, so the score is 21-16. Is that
Yes.
correct? All right, wonderful. All right, well we got that squared away.
We don't have instant replay, so
Yes, we got to work on that.
we'll have to work on that. Yes.
Maybe next year.
We'll have to have that screen on the side that they can quickly go over the last couple shots to verify everything.
Yeah, and then we got to get one of those teleprompters too, so we can do all these, obtuse little
Line
drawings. Yes.
And show exactly how they're going to shoot the shot, and then they go and shoot it the opposite way.
Exactly.
Something way different.
Of course.
Oh, look at that. Does he have a touch? Oh, gosh, that was so close.
You know, that's the problem with that shot. If you hit it at all thicker than anticipated, that double kiss will get you every time.
You
Now-
mean gets you? I never have a problem with it.
Oh,
So.
I'm sorry, that's right. I have clay on my feet, and you walk on water. I forgot. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you recognize that.
I do.
Oh, that was beautifully played. Is it going to be long enough?
I don't think
I think
so.
it's slowing down.
That
It
looks,
could.
That
Nope.
looks too short, and he kind of knew that. He was
Yes.
walking away from the shot. He didn't hit that the way he wanted.
Sometimes with these tables, it does slide, though. I'll stand there and watch, because sometimes I'll think I didn't make it, and it goes down there and connects. So sometimes it surprises me.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Watch the white.
Watch Whitey.
And that's what hits me on those shots. Oh, he escaped it just barely. Nicely done. And he's going off the red. That should be an easy shot for him. And it is. hard shapes here. Looks like he's going to kick for it. Looks like he might be going long and off the red and into the white. Is that beautiful or what? I think he's on a run of 3 now. That spin, it looked like it was going to be short, but that spin just pulls it right in. Now this one, I think he's going to go off the red. Of course, with that red close to the rail, that sometimes can create a problem. It can cause the ball to kind of squirt down. But he has good control, so it shouldn't be any problem. We'll see. A little short. I think he was trying, maybe that might have worried him a bit, and so he was trying to plan on a little bit more of a squirt, and he didn't get the angle he wanted. I think he'll go off the red. I don't know if he's going to go short 3 or go all the way around. He's certainly capable of both ways. There's a lot of spin on there. Is it? Look at this. Whoops. I think he's going to excuse him, but he's going to take the point, of course. He's going to maybe go off the right side of the yellow. He's going to have to use some spin, try to keep that yellow away from the red. He did it beautifully. But is the spin going to? Yep.
Ooh,
he did have
nice
enough
shot.
spin to pull it into the red. It was nice. It was a good shot. He pushed that yellow right into the corner and out without touching the red.
So on this shot, Gary, how do you typically shoot this if you're playing it off the? Are you going to play it off the right or left side of the yellow? Oh, just like that.
Of course I'd shoot it just like that.
Why did I even ask?
I would usually try to shoot it the way that works. I think it's.
Yes.
Wouldn't you?
Well, usually, but sometimes I wonder. Now here's a shot where I would play off the opposite side of red, but he wants to play this. He's got a
With
system.
Dad?
He explained the system to the shot. Let's see. Oh, he just missed that flat shot.
Was it because maybe too much speed?
Perhaps.
Not enough spin?
Perhaps.
Well, he's up. It looks like it's 19 to 25. So he's a bit behind, but it's only 6 points. Mazin only needs 5, but he needs 11. Anything can happen. It's still pretty tight.
Absolutely. Well, we want to thank all of the players, the sponsors, all the people from the Carom Club. There's so many names, whether it's sponsors, players, dedicated volunteers, to put this all together. I just am so happy that the caliber of talent in this country has come to Wyoming, Michigan, to hopefully show a wider audience what this game entails and how these players can perform so well.
Now, Mazin lived in Detroit, wasn't it, for quite a few years?
Indeed, yes. It seemed like didn't he work out of Bogarts, as I remember?
That might have been.
Yeah, at least that's the way I remember it.
I think Mazin only needs 2 more points now. So, boy, it looks like a kissy shot. Can he get out of the kiss on this? Is that what he's? A thin shot, beautifully played.
Very nice.
He definitely sees the angles out there better than we do in here.
Indeed.
You can see Goren. He knows he's got some trouble here.
Yeah.
Mazin only needs 1, and it's a beautiful billiard. It's pretty simple for him. It should be. But there's that big hole. Can it? Nope. It looks good.
And that's the match.
That's the match. It looks like I think unofficially it's like 23 innings. I might be wrong.